చెప్పండి
Today, I am going to share with you all some of the insights related to meditation and spiritual science for a more efficient and a joyful living in our workplaces. If you observe the present world, it is full of breakdowns, chaos, and confusion. Breakdown in family, breakdown in relationships, breakdown in administration, breakdown in organizational strategies, emotional breakdown, political breakdown, economical breakdown. All these breakdowns, which are from individual to global scale, can be nullified with simple practice and understanding of meditation and spirituality. When it comes to spirituality, there are certain categories of the people who may think that it is something which is related to religion or something which a person can take up during periods of depression or psychological turmoil, or it is something which need to be brought into one's life after one's retirement. All these things are not right. Spirituality is something which we all need to practice. Even a cynical guy who is not interested to go to any temple, who is not to fold the hands to any deity or a guru, is also said to be spiritual with the practice of meditation. Meditation is something which is not related to any cult, any faith, or a belief system. Meditation is a pure personal practice to be oneself, to bring out the best of oneself. So today we will share what exactly and how exactly this meditation and spiritual science help us.
చెప్పండి
We all need to put a question to ourselves. The most important, most primitive and primordial question: are we alive? If you put a question, there will be unanimous yes to this. But what I mean by to be alive is a little different and something which need to be pondered upon. To be alive means to be conscious of what we think, to be conscious of our feelings, to be conscious of our aim and purpose in life, to be conscious of the values in your relationships, to be conscious of our total personality. For the common human being, the thoughts which are coming in the head are very much haphazard, going helter skelter, not focused, not consistent. So, to be alive means to be more focused, to be more lively, to be very much conscious of one's goals. For the benefit of what we are living on this planet Earth, there is a Latin phrase called qui bono, Q-U-I-B-O-N-O. Qui bono means for the benefit of what? In any activity that we are in, we need to question for the benefit of what I am doing this particular activity, for the benefit of what I am working in this particular organization, for the benefit of what I am here. So, even for meditation and spirituality, we need to question ourselves for the benefit of what I need to do meditation. So, this makes us think the value, the need, and the importance of the value of doing meditation. Our happiness and joy is most often governed by the external achievements and objects. When there is achievement and praise in life, then we feel very much elated and happy. When there is no applause from our friends and colleagues, we feel very much deficient and deprived Why it is so? Our happiness has become dependent. This type of happiness is a false happiness, or I would like to call it as a pathological happiness. Any happiness which is dependent on anything is a false happiness, or a dependent happiness, or a pathological happiness. Happiness is something which is within, which is absolutely independent of the external things, external objects. For example, if a person has been given a bonus of a Mercedes-Benz car for what he has done in a particular company, can you measure the amount of excitement he has got? Too much high. But the next moment, if he is announced that this car is not meant for him but for somebody else, what would be his state of mind? The very excitement gets translated into depression. That means the happiness of getting a car is dependent on the idea, or a visual image, or a psychological image of the object. If that is not there, there is no happiness. So happiness is something, or joy is something, which is independent of the external bonuses and achievements. So, to be happy for no reason, to be happy for ourselves, without any external applause, without external flattery and appreciation, is what is learned with the help of meditation and spirituality. Spirituality teaches us to be mindful, to be aware, to be conscious. It is about character building. It is not something which is an exercise, like we go for a morning walk to a gym every day. It is not an exercise like that. It cannot be related to that, like that. Spirituality is something different, is a way of living. It is not a technique or tool which has to be done at a particular part of the day. If you study a few words like man, the word man came from Latin menios. Menios means something related to mind. Man is the only animal in the world which thinks. That's why the word man came from menios, having a mind. But the very power of the man is making him very much detrimental to himself. Mind should be his singular power, but unfortunately it is being misused, abused, and used for a wrong purpose to become otherwise. He is more depressed. He is not bringing the best of himself. So meditation and spirituality makes him a true human being. Being, consciousness added to his personality is what is called spirituality. I said spirituality is about character building. Character building comes through education. Education of not of computers, not about softwares. It is about your very consciousness. Education regarding your very consciousness is the most primordial and fundamental lesson every human being need to study. The word education came from Latin educare, which means to know oneself. Knowing oneself is a primitive lesson. The first lesson is the LKG in anybody's life. If you do not know yourself, whatever that you learn, otherwise, is peanuts. So, to know yourself is a very important lesson, and to know oneself is what is called as spirituality. We are trained to learn to aim high. Yes, we are all aiming high to reach higher pinnacles of life, to see great achievements in life. But are we acquiring and practicing the tools and techniques which are required to see those heights? Simply aiming high doesn't lead you anywhere. Acquiring the tools and techniques will take you where you ought to be. So these tools and techniques encompassed is called as the science and practice of meditation. And today we are going to learn further how exactly these tools of meditation and the value of understanding the meaning of spirituality will make us a better human being, to make this world a better place. When we use the word meditation, as I said, it is not something related to any ritual or any type of external practice. The entire science of spirituality is something which makes you go within. It is a solo affair, it is an individual affair, it is purely a personal affair. Your practice and results are purely personal. Though you may practice as a group, but results are purely personal in nature. So, meditation is a very important activity. It is important to understand that relaxation of the mind and the body are very much essential in understanding the nature of truth. The body has got so many knots, psychological knots, emotional knots, and all these knots manifest in the form of some sort of tension in the body and mind. These tensions, which are locked in different parts of the body and mind, need to be relieved. So, the first step in learning meditation is to take up a relaxed pose.